Hey peeps, what's happening? It's your girl, Taweri Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Monday. It's Monday, y'all. We got it done. We're done. It's over. We can breathe. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We onward and upward. It is April 22nd, 2024. Hope you guys had a good Monday. I had a pretty good Monday. I cannot complain. How was GHing for you guys? Any highs? Any lows? Any super lows? Guys, I still love Carly and Sunny. I mean, I'm not like, oh no, I can't watch the show, I can't enjoy the show because they're not together. But their scenes together, their chemistry together, their everything together. It was just giving me feels and feels and feels. And I'm just going to keep it real. The whole entire time Ava and Nina were going at it, all I kept thinking to myself is, he don't even want neither one of y'all, okay? He ain't even thinking about neither one of y'all heifers, honey. The one he's still mad about is Carly, because Carly was going to get married to Jason. My wife was marrying my best friend. Rewriting history. I have some other highlights. Sam, I'm sorry guys. This is just all wrong. She had a point about him not having longevity and not promising to be in his son's life, but that still is up to his son and him. You don't get to control that narrative, Sam. You don't get to control that narrative when you chose to lay with that man and you knew what type of man he was. And all this pointless shit at Jason about Danny being reckless is starting to really start to perturb me. And I really need the writers to go ahead and let's wrap this around. And somebody, Alexis, I was waiting for Jason. I was waiting for Jason to be like, look, honey, I know you keep saying he's just like me, but these things he's doing is nothing like me. Head trauma, me, yeah, but that's not hereditary. What he's doing is like you, boo. You were the unstable one at the young age. Up until your young adult age, you were unstable. To her young adult age, she was unstable. So I just really need this rectified. I can sit there and deal with her and all her little craziness if as long as somebody calls her out on her own stuff, instead of her just kind of calling herself out on it and then brushing under the corner and saying Jason. Come on, Sam is not that one dimensional. Let's give her some. Let's broaden this story. Let's open up this storyline, please. It's starting to drive me crazy. But anyway, guys, please leave your highlights and comments in the comments section. You guys know I love your highlights and comments. Lately, I have not been able to answer your comments, and that's why after I'm done with this, I'm going to do a taping of answering comments. Because I know I love you guys. I encourage you guys to comment, and I feel bad when I can't get back at you. But between my writing, working, okay, let's be real. Between working, writing, and then all these little projects, guys, I got so many projects right now. I just don't have all the time, but I still want the comments. I still read the comments, but I'm thinking, and you guys let me know if you don't mind me doing, like I'll read your comment and then I'll answer the comment. If y'all don't mind that, I would love to do that. That way, I do read your stuff. But anyway, please keep on because I love it. You guys be having me rolling. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And guys, we are at 290 people. Yeah, my nose broke on. Welcome new subscribers to the couch. Hey, welcome new subscribers to the couch. Hey, I hope I earn and gain and keep all of your guys' subscriptions. I appreciate every single person that took the time to hit that subscription button. The first person to the person that got us where we are right now. But let's talk about it, guys, because I didn't spend way too much time talking about everything but what we came to talk about, which is GH today. And this starts off at the Metro Court, and Carly's happy. She's on cloud freaking nine. And she's like, come on, boy, we is not having this conversation in my hotel. She's happy, okay? And Sonny is not, and brings it up that he has tried to sell her back this hotel several times, and she said no. And Carly had a good point. She didn't want him his guilt. She didn't want him to buy her off. She didn't want none of that. She didn't want that. Because, I'm sorry, no, that's exactly how I would have felt. So I agree with her. I agree with that. She didn't want his guilty offering. And when he mentions that she was the one that ended things, remember I just talked about this in my highlights, she reminds him of him bedding Nina 5 minutes after into their argument. He says she's rewriting history. I'm like, okay, Sonny, I think we all need to just wind back the realms. Yeah, she was late because Dante, right? Yeah, so then she finally, was like, you know what? I love my honey. I love him. I'm going to go be there. I'm going to go, forget it. I know, Sonny, he's just crazy. This is how he is. I'm going to go. What do I see? I see him banging my enemy. After you told me that there was nothing between you and her, and that these were feelings, but there were nothing. There were nothing like what y'all had. Next thing she sees, she walks and sees you doing the Watusi with Nina. And she's like, and you got her now. You got your girl. Now how you feel? You feeling good? You feeling good? That soup tasting good to you? And I put in highlights, there's always going to be chemistry between Sonny and Carly. No matter what kind of chemistry it is. It's chemistry, guys. And I love these two. I do. I know Maurice doesn't want the Carly and him anything anymore. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with either one of them taking a break. I mean, come on. But they're just meant to be. They're just meant to be. I just love these two. Moving along. Because I could deal with Sonny getting with Ava. Not Ava. Eva. I could even see Sonny getting back with Brenda. Just not Nina. Because Ava brought up some really good points about that. But we're not going to talk about that story right now. She told Sonny, though, I would rather wait tables for the rest of my life than take anything from you. I felt that. I felt that. All the history these two got together, and Sonny has been known that whenever he gets with another female, and even though Carly does put herself too much involved in that situation, he's always antagonistic towards her. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's always been right back loyal, like a crazy person. Carly says Jason's offer was genuine. Sonny was trying to buy her off. Of course, Sonny disputes that. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? He was like acting like he was just so beat. Like, how could you say this? How could you hurt me? Oh my God. You know, I'm trying. Sorry, guys. Let me turn this. I feel sorry for Sonny because it's like he is fighting the bipolar, not the bipolar. He was fighting because you could tell he was like trying to get his mind together, but his brain was just racing because I'm sure he wanted to say other stuff than what he was saying. Carly says that her and Jason will always have each other's back, and he's like, I know that. You see that. I see that. Sonny brings up Jason and the shooting situation, and Carly brings up the fact that the sniper missed because of Jason. And Sonny points out a good fact, though. He's like, come on, Carly, this is serious. This man is he's telling me that he's working with the FBI, that he's an informant for the FBI. Real talk, that can't be in Sonny's organization. He's already got Dex that turns out to be a flip-flopper, and now he's trying to be a cop. And now he's got his number one man coming back, saying that he was working with the FBI as an informant. I mean, as crazy as all this looks, this is not good for Sonny and his organization. That means he's had his main dog, his main one, his uno bonuno. Ain't nobody, guys, if they weren't portraying Sonny as a crazy person right now without his meds and acting all like, just, he's a gangster. I'm sorry, I think Sonny's just acting like a gangster, but he's acting a little unhinged. This is real. He can't have this kind of activity going around. And plus, on top of that, Jason really ain't telling him what's going on either. So it makes it even worse. I hate to say this, but I can understand Sonny's like, nah, this man, he's an informant. What are you talking about? Me and you know this. He even knows that that's a no-no. Come on. And I can hear his frustration and and he don't know he's not being properly medicated. As far as Sonny concerned, everything is just fine because he's taking his medication. He's following everything he's supposed to do. Just makes me crazy. Because I feel Sonny on, no, it's still kind of shady. What's he been doing? Why didn't he call me? And he questions that. He says Sonny questions why Jason didn't pick up the phone none for 2 years. He didn't call and say I was alive. He didn't call and say nothing. He didn't reach out. And yeah, we all know why. It's because he was choosing Carly over everything. But I'm sorry, I'm still not happy with that. I'm not happy that he chose, and I'm not happy with that at all. I don't even like it. I don't even like it. I don't even like it. I don't like the fact that you can love somebody, but you keep your kids in mind. Man, them your kids, Jason. You got 2 grown boys, and they need you. Carly a grown woman. I don't like that. I don't. I ain't gonna front. I don't like that he chose Carly over his children. And I do understand Sonny questioning the fact of why Jason hasn't reached out to his homeboy, working for the cops all this time. And Carly, she's like, well, Oh, he says, Sonny tells her he feels betrayed. Sonny says that they both betrayed him, Carly and Jason. And Carly can't believe he thinks the worst of her. Your family. And for her situation, I do see the medication, because Sonny should know Carly. That kind of thing that she did, the MetroCard and all this other stuff with Dex, that's kind of Carly. You know what I'm saying? And I think if Sonny was properly medicated, he would be pissed at her. Yes. But he would not be thinking like he's thinking, like she's a traitor. I don't blame him for looking at Jason with the side eye, even though they go way back. But I'd still be like, dude, you know what I do for a living. We can't be. I barely let this little pussy get away. He want to be a cop now. Now you do. Nah, I feel him on that. But the Carly situation, I'm like, it's got to be the medication. Because come on, dude, you know how she is. I don't blame him for Michael. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. I mean, he still calls him his son. He's not calling him Judas anymore. And I was loving the Judas part. But I don't blame him. That's going to take some time. You don't do that to your dad. No matter if you decided to do it or not. You don't do that. You just don't. You don't do that. That was wrong. But anyway, but Carly does bring up a very valid point, and I'm wondering if this is medication and Sonny's narcissistic behavior, but that he's cherry picking history to prove his points. He's picking out what he wants to remember, and she brings up Michael not turning him in and her destroying the evidence. And he's brings another valid point. There wouldn't have been no evidence if my son wouldn't have been doing that in the first place. And Carly's like, yeah, you're right. But he didn't do it. It's just one bad decision. It reminds Sonny of Dex saving his life multiple times. Yes, he did. And that's why he's still alive. See, people are not seeing that Sonny did spare this boy's life. By all rights, he should have taken him to the Pine Barrens. By all rights, Dex should be pushing up flowers and daisies, and I myself would not have been sad about it. But Dex was saved, not because Carly came to the rescue, but because Carly came and because she reminded him of all the times that Dex was looking out for him. I really feel like if Sonny didn't have Ava in his ear, but Carly, he would be making a lot better moves right now. Probably not all good moves, because Carly's kind of crazy too, but not the moves he's making. You know what I'm saying? But Dex, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, y'all let me know how y'all feel, but I don't think Dex. I think that Sonny is being nice. He's being very nice. Dex is still alive, even with him being unstable. Dex is still alive. Okay. And Sonny's like, and I agree, that don't matter to Sonny. And I'm like, wouldn't matter to me either. It would not matter to me either. In fact, the fact that he wants to be a cop now, I'm sorry, guys. You can't, guys. We all know what happens to snitches and all that kind of police snitches and all that kind of stuff. We've all watched the real mafia families. Come on, let's be real. This is crazy. But anyway, where was I at? Sonny tells her there are no surprises left. Carly tells him everything he does is a surprise to her lately. And she's tripping, and I'm really thinking she's a little upset about Michael, but she understands Sonny's anger about Michael. I honestly don't, she don't like it, but she understands it. What she don't like is his way towards her. Because she says at the end, after, really? Because he's like, it's over. I'm done. She's like, really? After everything that we have been through? After everything, our history? Everything? It's done. That's it. That's it. And he was struggling with that. Because, the bipolar and everything else is going crazy. And it's like they can't recognize each other. And Sonny tells her that he never thought she would abandon him. That hurt. Okay? Because she never would. Normally, I mean, Carly's always had Sonny's back in the worst situations. And there's sometimes when she's been working against Sonny. Okay? So it's been back and forth with these two. But I could tell that it affected Carly when he said that. Because she was like, but I have your back. I did this because I do care. You know what I'm saying? You acting like you don't know who I am anymore. My actions. You know what I'm saying? You're the one who's being weird, And all I got this is they still love each other. There's still love there. Yeah. It's toxic love, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody can say, even if they never bring them back together, and some people really do want them back together, we want them to be at least working together as a team. Them working together as a team was beautiful to me. I would love to see them back together. Not now, but later on after they get through the muck and gook of things. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to cry. I'll be happy just to see them being happy co-parents. But moving along, we're going to go over to Jason's. Guys, these stories were pulling at my heart, okay? And Jason is not mad and tells Danny that he's happy about him being there. And Danny tells Jason about him using the fire escape to get into his room. And I was like, that is such a Sam situation. That is such a Sam situation. And asks Jason to keep it a secret about his visit from his mom. Like, we did in a boathouse. And I was like, this is what Sam, and I feel like Jason, they both were worried about, because they did not want that to set a certain, narrative, that certain, this is okay. We're not keeping secrets from your mom. And Jason did that. You know what I'm saying? No, we're not. I love you, son, and I appreciate you coming to visit me, but we're not keeping secrets from your mom. And he tells him how he was grateful for his help. But yeah, like I said, keeping that from his mom is not right. And when Danny questions, was he happy about him, coming in there and him seeing him and stuff, he's like, of course I was. Of course I love talking to you. Of course I'm not. But this situation I've gotten you in, I am not happy about that. I don't want you involved in this. And he was even saying it then, And Danny, is like, well, Dad, I'm good at staying in the radar. And I want to keep seeing you. And it's not fair that I can't see my father. And I'm like, he's right. And he's going to keep doing it. He's not going to stop not seeing his dad. That's just Not going to happen. Sam's going to have to figure out a way. Her and Jason's going to have to figure out something, because her just sitting there saying you're not going to see your dad unless you're going to lock this child in the house and be with him 24/7, and then you really going to go crazy? That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. And I don't see Dante being happy with this situation either. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a Sam and Dante scene, and they're going to be talking about it again. But I did like how Jason stood up for himself in a very calm manner. But Jason doesn't want him lying to Sam, and he's sticking by that. Meanwhile, we're gonna head on over to actually Jason's penthouse that he left for Sam and her children and her man to stay in. that's Jason's penthouse that she's staying in. But anyway, Sam gets a visit from Christina, and they discuss Ava still living with Sonny. And guys, this should have been a highlight too. Okay, I'm gonna get to that, but this should have been a highlight too, because I was like, it is about damn time. Christina questions that Christina's questioning Ava and Avery still living there long term, and now that I guess everybody's thinking the danger's over, even though the danger is not over. It is. People are getting relaxed, and there are people that are gunning actively. Well, I guess now they're not gunning actively for Sonny. They're just going for his takedown. Anyway, Christina was at once okay with Ava living there, but now it's like it's a different story. And, she's reflecting on when there were dangerous things for her, and when there were dangerous things when she was Avery's age, and when she was younger, she was not allowed. She didn't go by. She didn't see her father. She was not even around her father. Or they were at the island. She was always kept away, and sometimes it was for long times. And she's like, but Avery's there. So I don't understand that. And Sam's like, well, maybe Sonny's just, like it's safer right now to have all the family together. Which it was, because they went to the island and you seen what happened there. They broke right through all Sonny's fences on the island. I'm like, dang, Sonny need to up his people. And this is where I was like, finally, Christina is the one. And I'm happy. I don't care who it was that brings up about Ava tampering with Morgan's medications. And every time she looks at her, thinks about her, she has to remember being at Morgan's funeral, wearing the dress, the smell of the flowers, everything. It's a vivid imagination. A vivid memory. And how can her father go from loathing someone who helped unalive his son's exit of this world? And I thought about that, and I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm thinking to myself, could it be, well, of course we know Sonny's not on his medications, but he did, look over Ava's misgivings because she was pregnant with Avery, and now she's a mother of Avery's daughter. But I also always wonder, was it also because of his actions that happened, that kind of made him soften towards Ava, that, maybe Sonny in some part of himself is looking at himself and his actions for the, unaliving of his sweet, beautiful son. Our sweet Morgan, even though now we know it wasn't Sonny that planted the bomb, it was old girl Olivia Jerome, but still Sonny had actions in this. He would not leave Julian alone. But moving around, where was I at? But yeah, I was like, I'm so glad somebody finally brought this up. But Sam tells Christina that what Sonny does in his personal life is Sonny's personal business. This is true. I mean, it's true. She ain't lying. I was like 100% correct. But Chris is right. But Christina, as a daughter, is right to be worried about Ava. I mean, it's Ava Jerome. I mean, we all should be worried about Ava Jerome. And somebody said something about in the sneak peeks about Nina seeking Carly out regarding this, which is going to be awkward because we know Carly's not a good receiving of any information from Nina's butt, especially after the recent escapades of Nina. So I don't even know how this is going to come out, but maybe she will be like, hey, you need to keep an eye on Ava. And she's going to be like, how? You don't trust me either. Thanks to you. No, I'm just joking. Thanks to her son. So anyway, Christina thinks Sonny's being vulnerable because of his breakup with Nina and Jason's return. Sonny's being vulnerable because he's not on his medications. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wrote in highlights, and guys, you let me, I know y'all, some of y'all probably dispute it. I was like, oddly enough, the only female he's worried about is Carly. I'm sorry. He ain't one time. All I ever hear him say is Nina Trader. I don't want to talk about Nina. But my wife, he's still currently married to Nina. And when he's talking about his wife, he is not talking about Nina. He's talking about Carly. He's still jealous about Jason and Carly. And I feel, and y'all can let me know how y'all feel, if somebody's still mad about somebody, then that means that somebody still got feelings. Moving along. Sam reminds her again and makes her repeat it. It's not your choice. Knock on the door. Who is it? It's Jason and Danny. And okay, guys, Sam is all types of rude. All types of rude. Did not handle this properly. Did not handle it eloquently. Did not handle it well at all. Showed her son another side of herself. And I'm seeing now there's going to be a lot of backlash. And I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, Jason hasn't been there. But that's not her. No. She don't do that. No. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with it. But she confronts Danny about sneaking off. And Jason asks to talk to her. And she brushes him off with like, we could talk later. Danny comes first. Yeah, Danny comes first, but I'm his father. And that's exactly what he said. He comes first to me too. I mean, let's be real. Jason hasn't always shown that. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, the only person to come first to him is Carly. And I really hope the writers fix that. This thing with Carly needs to stop. I hope now you got your Metro card, girl. Go live life. I got to figure out about me and my sons and getting myself out of this Pikeman crazy situation. Because Jason's already putting two and two together now. He's hearing what's going on in Pikeman and what they're trying to do. I'm pretty sure it ain't going to be long before he's figuring out, why do you think he wants to work at the docks? Yeah, he wants Corinthos Coffees, but he's trying to see what's going on. He's going to put two and two together real soon. But Danny's like, please listen, Mom. And that's when Christina steps in and takes Danny out for coffee. And when she first said that, I was like, wow, this is a different generation change. Kids drinking coffee, I wouldn't have thought, that would be let's go out and have coffee. But I guess kids drink coffee now. A lot of kids. I remember when I was little, they used to tell us the coffee made us be short if we drink it. How times have changed. But Daddy don't want to leave. He's like, no, this is about me. I want to stay here. We ain't doing this. And she's like, no, come on, I'm going to cry. She puts the Prego kid on him. And he's like, for real, auntie. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, so they leave. And I wrote, it's funny how Sam starts off with our son when she's talking. And then proceeds to tell Jason he can't see him. And I'm like, well, normally when you tell somebody they can't see their kid, it's my son. But she used our and we throughout this whole entire scene while telling this man that he can't see his kid. So when Jason says this is not working about keeping Danny, he's just going to keep doing this. He's going to keep, running off. She wants Jason to tell Danny, you have to go. You can't be here. And I'm looking at her like, have you lost your effing mind, Sam? Now, I know your mama told you that back in the day, but that was after you slept with Rick, your sister's daddy. Your baby daddy, your boyfriend's father's brother. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Let me bring it back. because that was not called for. But this Sam starting to drive me crazy. But yeah, when Jason says it's not working and she wants him to leave, I'm like, what the fuck, girl? And he's like, I am Danny's father. What are you talking about? Who? What? Like I said, I know you probably grew up with Alexis telling you that, but that's you don't tell that to your kid. You know what I'm saying? That's just cold-blooded. Tell him just to leave. What the hell is wrong with you? Sam reminds Jason that he does live a dangerous life. And I'm thinking to myself, and if any time right now we don't want Danny around, would be right now, when we got pikemen gunning for you. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I hear Sam. This is dangerous. Even though she doesn't know what's going on and Jason does, maybe that's the thing that they need to talk about, is a safe place for him to be with Danny. A place where they can't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how that's going to be because their snipers are whack. You see how they failed all of Sonny's attempts, and that Jason wouldn't even fall for all them. And how many times? Anyway. And these snipers don't mind taking out collateral damage. So even if Sam don't know what's going on, Jason, he knows. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be careful with his kids. But she's like, like I said, she's reminding him that he has a dangerous life and that we have to control his impulses. Because every time she says something about Danny being some type of way, I'm looking like, who, Little Sam? Little Sam. You talking about Little Sam, right? Because Jason was wearing a numbers jacket. Yeah. He was, hey guy, with the little, the cute blind bob. Mr. Football Man, and I'm going to be a doctor. Jake is more Jason. Danny's more Sam. And Jason. They're both their father, but they're their mamas too. But moving along, but if we want to be honest, Jake is more Jason. The real Jason. So, where was I at? Okay. And he's like, control Danny? And I wrote in highlights, that didn't even work with you. And Jason, I wrote in highlights, Jason was okay till he had his head bumped. But controlling, I was thinking back all the time, because I fell in love with Jason and Sam. All the times that he tried to stop Sam and just start, no Sam, don't do this, Sam. And Sam just jumping off the cliff, just running into danger every time. I can do it. How many times Jason had to save her crazy self? Oh my God. Drew had to save her. Drew's had to save Sam. Jason's had to save Sam. Sonny, in his own weird way, had to save Sam. Girl. Sam starts bringing up Danny being like his father. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's not true. Except he's not mature or street smart. And I'm like you were so street smart. And she's afraid that he might get caught up like she used to. That's me, the highlights. And Jason's being, and I can see Jason, he's pausing, he's itching his hand, and he's trying to be patient. And all this time, I'm like, okay, Jason, you need to set Sam straight. You need to set Sam straight and remind Sam of who she is. This might not be the right time, but this needs to happen. All this saying he's like you, be like, oh, so he was wearing a starter jacket and wanted to be a doctor? If you would have said that, I would have been like, yes, just knock her down just a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. He wants to be a doctor and he wants to play football. Oh, that's my other son. No, he's not like me. You're trying to put this kid on something that I had a head trauma for. He's like you, baby. I'm trying to figure out how we can help him, stop him from making the same mistakes that you did. Because you made so many. A lot. And you couldn't even back up the mistakes you made. I'm like, I'm tired of Sam and this crap, man. She needs a reality check. Somebody needs to give this girl a reality check. The only good point I had was her question was Jason's longevity in Danny's life. And she said, how am I supposed to speak you up, talk about you being in his life, and you can't even promise me that you're going to be here? And Jason couldn't promise that. And my thing is, that's when you let Danny, you trust your raising Danny. You trust the good instincts that you've installed in your son that you've seen Dante do. You trust your son's instincts. Because you can't That's not gonna work. Nobody can control you, Sam. Nobody can still control you, Sam. You don't even listen to Dante half the time, Sam. Anyway. And she didn't, yeah, I wrote she still shouldn't interfere. But Jason, whatever. That's the end of that. Something about, she's like, well, Jason's like, well, I'm sorry it's like this, and she's like, I'm sorry about so many things too. I'm like, what? By falling in love with Jason and getting pregnant by him, and then following him all around, and then deciding all of a sudden that you want to be a good girl, and then you break Jason's heart. I mean, you break up with him, and then you start being a bad girl, and you start doing the police investigation again, and then you help Sasha and Cody, escape from prison search and hide them out, and do some sketchy stuff like that where it could get you in trouble again with the law. But that's okay, Sam. I'm not going to bring up anything like that because I like you, actually. I just want somebody to remind Sam who she is and who she was so she can stop blaming Jason, because Jason was a star for, wasn't he a football player? Going to be a doctor. If anybody was a thug, it was Sam. But we're going to leave this alone because I don't want to turn this into a Sam hate, because I do love me some Sam, okay? I'm just trying to be real. But side note, while this is all going on, Danny's having a lunch with his auntie Christina. Turns out Danny doesn't like coffee. The other kids do, but he don't. But only thing I got out of that whole entire conversation is that Danny ain't gonna stop seeing his father, and he does not agree with anything his mom's saying. And that's what I got. And that sounds about right. That sounds like a Sam kid right there. Anywho, guys, I am going to wrap this up. It's been so much fun. I missed you guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Like I said, if you want to answer feedback on comments, I'm about to do some comment section. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for those who not checking the comment section out. Bye. Good night.